Now, if you're a service business or you are a quoting business, quotes is one of the most time-consuming things you can actually do. And it's also, if it's not done right, it can really hurt you in so many different ways. You soon get despondent when you go out there and you give quotes and you keep losing quotes to your competition. So how would you win quotes? Well, to start off with, everything revolves around the customer. When you understand that, you can actually be one step in front of your competition. What do I mean by that? Well, say someone phones you up and says, Hi, Mr. Joe Blogs. I saw your ad in the paper or on Facebook or something. Can you please come and give me a quote? No problems. And you sort out a time and hang up the phone. I always would make sure that if you got their phone number or an email address. And then I would contact them after they hang up. I would actually put an email or a text message and say, great meeting you today, just confirming I will see you at your address at whatever time, whatever day. And I would also put on there, please have a look at my Facebook page because there's lots of different photos of my work and quality of my work and testimonials. Just something short, sweet and simple. Then, when it come time for the quote, the day before, I would send them another message, text message or message, whatever information you have from them. And I would say, I will be there tomorrow at 4 o'clock on the dot. For any reason I'm running late, I will text you to let you know, but that's what I'll do. And so you're nice and simple, nothing outrageous, just letting the customer know that you're thinking of them. On the day of so this might seem a lot and you might think, why would he do this? But on the day of the quote, an hour before I got there, I would send him another message saying, I'm leaving shortly, I'll be at your place at 4 o'clock. Why would I do that? Well, before you've even got there, the customer has heard your name 4 times. They've looked at your ad, they've called you or contacted you. You've contacted them back 3 times in a nice, polite manner. Don't be a salesman, don't say too much, just respect their time and let them know you're on the way. So when the other 3 competitors turn up, oh, you're that guy that contacted me. You're that guy that said you'll be on time. You're already in front of the other people before you even do a quote. When you get to the person's house to do a quote, make sure you have a different shirt on. If you're whatever business you're in, say I'll use a bricklayer. If you're a bricklayer and you're going to a house to quote and you've been bricklaying, you're all dirty. You've just finished a job, you've raced around there to get it done. Takes 2 seconds to take your shirt off and have another nice clean shirt with your name on it written and put it on and rock up to the house in a clean shirt. You can then display, sorry, I've just come from another job site that my hands or feet or whatever are dirty, but your shirt is nice and clean. And that's just a little thing of image, just first impressions that you thought of them. The next thing is, don't ever walk into somebody's house, number 1, without wiping your feet. Number 2, ask the customer or the guy, whoever called you in for a quote, whether they would like you to take your shoes off. Now these are just small basic ideas, but the more you can actually show you're nice and friendly and you're looking after the customer, the more they're liking you subconsciously, and you haven't even given them a quote yet. And when you start, and always believe in small chat. I always believe in have a quick look around their premises. If there's a boat, ask them about do they like fishing or something. If there's a nice rose garden out the front or something out the front, you can just say, oh, I love your roses, or you must spend a bit of time, you must really... Little things you can see just with your own eyes and compliment them, get you a long way in the door of them liking you. And again, it only takes 2 seconds. But understand you are running a business and you're competing against 3 or 4 other people. You want your name to be at the top before he even sees the price. So that's just a little bit. Now when it comes time to actually sit down and write a quote, always try and be really nice and friendly and explain every single thing that you're actually quoting. Don't just give a price. but also write down all the things that could go wrong. Now, this is a big secret in quoting, and a lot of people don't do it. You know, there is, if someone if a bricklayer, right? If a dodgy bricklayer turned up to do a job, then lots and lots of things could go wrong. It might not be straight, the mortar might be not strong enough, there may not be rebar in the middle. There's so many things that could go wrong. So when you do your quote, you quote exactly what you do. And in the bottom of the quote, you also letting people know that you've been around for a long... Your Facebook, if you look at the rest of my teachings, you'll actually have your Facebook page set up correctly. You'll have everything set up perfectly so you look like a professional. But then you also, on the quote, you actually write down, just be careful, because if you go on price alone, there is lots of things that could go wrong with this industry. And you list them. Just list them. And say, I'm not saying any of the people you're getting in are going to do that. I'm just saying do your own research and make sure you are getting the person that is going to give you the best job to suit your needs. And if you've done everything else right and made that person comfortable with you from the moment they've heard you on the phone, you've texted them, you've followed through, you've got to their house, you treated with respect, you small talk with them, you did all the stuff that takes no time, and you did all that, I'll say what? Maybe they might not pick the cheapest quote after all. That's just my thoughts. My name is Ray Results Roach, and that's the end of this video. The next one is, what's the formula that helps a customer buy? Thank you.